Hallo, herzlich willkommen zu dem, keine Ahnung wie vierten Interview. Hinter mir sitzen zwei englisch sprechende Leute, der eine aus England, der andere aus Amerika. Und weil wir beide nicht mit unseren mageren Englischkenntnissen nerven wollen, haben wir den einen gefragt, ob er den anderen interviewen kann. Es sind beide Künstler, aber nur einer wird interviewt. Viel Spaß auf Englisch.
Dankeschön. So, naturally, my first question is, who are you?
Orion Walsh.
Orion Walsh, okay. So, second question, as I'm English, how are you?
Good. I'm doing good.
Yeah,
And you?
I'm good too, thank
Good,
you.
good.
So, what part of America are you from?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
And Lincoln is the city I'm from.
Lincoln. Okay. Okay. So, then, Nebraska, all the way to Germany, all the way to Chemnitz. So, why Chemnitz? Why this gig? Why
Yeah.
here? So,
Well, I've been on tour with Janta. He was from Chemnitz. And he and I and Tim have been traveling together for 1 week. But I actually met them in Ireland last year. And we were staying in the same hostel.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw them like really intently watching music in an Irish pub. And so I went and talked to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're from Germany." And so we began to talk.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's a nice background story as to how things came together.
Yeah.
So, personally, for you, your favorite bands, your inspirations that got you here, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, of course, some British bands, the Beatles, of course. But for folk singers, Bob Dylan, of course,
Yep.
and of course, I have influence. I like Johnny Cash a lot. As that's pretty evident. And then there's some other singers too. Even from Nebraska, Bright Eyes. This music, and some other music that's coming from Nebraska too. Cursive and the Faint. We have some, but those are probably my influences as far as the older ones. Bob Dylan, the Beatles. Not really the Beatles for this project that I do now, but mostly it's Dylan, Woody Guthrie, and Johnny Cash.
Okay.
So.
Do you see any new influences coming from Nebraska? Like any new bands that have caught your eye and you went, oh wow, I want to be like them, or take aspects from them to help grow your music?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is some new bands coming up in Nebraska. One is I Forgot to Love My Father. They're no one really knows them other than in Nebraska, but they mix new elements with the older elements together. And they have sometimes 8 or 9 people playing with them. So they have cello, violin, electric guitars, all these things. But
nice combination.
it is. It's very good. But when I'm traveling this way, I can't have this many musicians, of course. But at home, it's possible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you finding, the German scene and all the crowds? I mean, how long have you been touring for in Germany? Wow.
Good question. For this tour, it's been a month and a half. And I always find the crowds listening much more, sometimes than the Americans.
Yeah.
And sometimes also in Britain it's very loud.
Yeah.
But I really like the German people are very they listen.
Accepting and warm, and they definitely listen.
Exactly, they definitely listen. And so this for an artist is it warms my heart really.
Yeah.
It has a warm feeling. Yeah.
Key component for any gig, feeling warm.
Yeah.
Naturally, next question. How long have you been playing for?
Since I was about 15. I picked up the guitar for a while now. But for this project, for 7 years. 7 years, yeah. Okay. And then 7 years before that, I played in a rock band.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What covers in the rock band then?
It was more like the time of the indie rock.
So Arctic Monkeys and stuff like that.
Yeah, even like like American bands like the Get Up Kids.
Didn't make it to England.
Yeah, no, they didn't. No, they weren't popular there.
Yeah. But okay. Ooh, future side question. Where do you want to be in 5 years, like musically, or just go, okay, 5 years time, I've given up music, I want to go work in a shop now. Yeah, that's my new ambition, where do you want to be? Or teaching people how to make this music, where do you want to be in 5 years?
I think in 5 years, teaching would be really good. Yeah. But I still would like to still come out with records.
Yeah.
You know, if it's possible, which I think it is.
Definitely.
And then I think no matter what, every summer coming to Europe to travel, to tour, but also to meet new people and to sightsee, I really enjoy this.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so back onto like Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison.
Sure.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
naturally. So, why that song? Have you been in prison? Is that the main gist, or?
That's a good question. Well, I have never been to jail, but
Okay.
I have some. There's been some encounters with the law,
Yeah,
of course, like we most of us have had. But I actually was really actually doing music near Folsom Prison
Okay.
in California. And
Okay.
so I haven't always lived in Nebraska. I always lived in Sacramento, which is near where
Yeah.
Folsom Prison is. And so there, when I was living there, I did the song and people go crazy for
Yeah.
it. So that's also
But did
why.
you hear the trainer coming?
I did. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I was also doing the song on a train. So I
okay.
was like a dinner train where people sit down and have a meal. So
Yeah.
that was part of my job when I'm not touring is to do
Yeah,
music
yeah,
on this
yeah.
train. So yeah.
Okay. So I'll go to a bit more relaxed questions, bit random. So, favorite animal?
That's hard. That's a hard one. I think an owl. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. If you don't like mice, go for an owl. Yep, naturally. Okay. Favorite place? Now you've been
Ooh.
touring, so
That's tough.
shall we do top 3, top 5? Make it a bit easier, you know.
Top 5. Okay.
Top 5. Okay.
Top 5. I mean, I think that's hard.
Yeah.
I think for England, Brighton always holds
Oh,
a special place in my heart.
But the weather's terrible.
But the weather's
still.
bad. But it's very beautiful there.
Yeah.
For Germany, that's hard. But I think Dresden
Okay.
is one of my favorite. And for Italy, I think Florence. And for America, I would say Seattle.
Seattle. Okay. Yep. Those are some solid places. So after this tour, do you plan on going back to America and doing, singing on trains and like letting them?
After this tour, I'm going to take a bit of a break.
Yep.
And then I will probably actually go either teach guitar lessons.
Yeah.
And I might even get my old job back, which was at a music shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I'll take some time off writing some new songs.
Yep.
And then I'll play just locally in Nebraska and maybe touring just in the U.S. And then next summer, hopefully, I'll get to come back to Europe. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll finish off with chill questions
Sure.
again, because naturally. How do you chill after stuff like this? I mean, this isn't us chilling right now. Well, we can pretend it is, but yeah. So how do you chill after stuff like this?
Yeah. Usually, I like to go camping.
Ooh.
That's the most chill for me. It's just
Straight after a gig, just like, right, I'm done, guys. Just gonna go sit on my tent.
well, I mean, after a tour, like
Yeah,
to
okay.
go on a camping trip and like just be sitting around a fire
Yeah.
or have some times at the beach if it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
not
not-
at Brighton.
Not, yeah. But if it's warm, yeah, like after this tour, I'll actually fly to Florida
Oh, okay.
and spend some time on the beach.
Yeah.
So.
Used to live in Florida for 2 years at Palm Beach.
Oh, really?
Go. Do it. It is. Yeah.
Nice.
Definitely do it. Fun times. Okay. And 2 final questions. Favorite food and favorite drink?
Yeah.
And they can be from Nebraska, because the culinary there is a bit different to here in Germany.
I think the drink that I've been drinking the most is tea. But my favorite drink in Germany is the Fritz Cola, the Hamburg soda. And I think my favorite food, for Germany, the German breakfast, I really enjoy this. It's my favorite meal of the day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you
very
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Kein Problem. Thank you very much. So,